Hello and welcome back, Tiger Faithful, as we get right into this one and the matchup between the Edwardsville Tigers and the Belleville West Mighty Maroons. Maroons coming to this game 6-3, 1-2 in conference play. Tigers 8-6. As we get right ahead, that is Miles Liddell with a big swing. And right there, I want to highlight that name right there, Miles Liddell. That is the brother of Ohio State legend E.J. Liddell. And E.J. Liddell did play at Belleville West as well. Miles coming off the basketball court and already helping out the Maroons as we see Joe Liston tips it up and over. Maroons keep it alive. Up and over by Aiden Idris. Bumped up. That is Lucas Hollis with the swing. Gebhardt keeps it alive. Jasudis right back into the net. And the Maroons have a quick 2-0 lead. Your starting lineup for the Tigers: number 10, Nick Pascal; number 11, Lucas Gebhardt; number 20, Logan Jasudis; number 22, Micah Swank; number 23, Joe Liston; number 24, Ben Craik; and number 26, Colin Donaldson, as we see number 23, Joe Liston right there with a big swing. Gets the Tigers the ball back, down 1. Starting lineup for the Maroons: we have number 1, Xavier Cole; number 6, Eli Thornberry; number 7, Aiden Idris; number 8, Lucas Hollis; number 9, Josiah Partlow; number 11, Miles Liddell; and number 33, LJ Winters. As we get an ace right there by Joe Liston, number 23, Joe Liston. Tigers tie it back up 2-2. Joe Liston to serve. It's up, jump serve over. Liston serve right into the net. It's a little bit too low, didn't quite get over the net. Again, the Maroons coming into today 6-3, 1-2 in conference play. Tigers 8-6 and 2-1 in conference play. As LJ Winters gets it up and over and out of bounds. Tigers tie back up at 3. Looking at both teams, they did have some similar games. The key one that I want to highlight is that the Maroons lost 2-0 at Alton, whereas the Tigers did win 2-0 at Alton. The one key difference there in schedules, as we see Lucas Gebhardt gets it up and over. Awkward bump. And they're going to give the point to the Tigers. Looks like they're going to call a carry, as Miles Liddell tries to plead his case to the official. I'm not going to get the official to change his mind on that one. Lucas Gebhardt, only starting senior for this Edwardsville Tigers boys volleyball team. Gebhardt, very experienced player. Tigers have 2 seniors listed on the roster. Lucas Gebhardt, number 11, being one of them, and the other being number 9, Nate Loftus. As we have a little hold up in play here. Looks like the officials are trying to explain why they called it a carry. And Lucas Gebhardt with the serve. Knuckling serve there by Gebhardt. Miles Liddell climbs the ladder. Miles Liddell comes from the basketball court. Again, brother is E.J. Liddell. Right now, E.J. Liddell plays for the New Orleans Pelicans, specifically in the G League. But again, being the brother of a current NBA player, you know you're going to have some talent. Pascal, nice set to Swank. And that was Xavier Cole, who just blocked it out of bounds. Tigers now lead it 5-4. As we get a sub in. It is number 27, Lucas Marsh, now set to serve. So we see number 12, Jacob Williams, checking into the game as well. Up and over. Number 8, Lucas Hollis, also climbing the ladder. Got up about as high as Miles Liddell. As now we see Aiden Address, spelled like address with an I, as Colin Donaldson with a big swing puts the Tigers up 1. Again, number 7 for the Maroons, Aiden Idris. Spelled like address, but with an I. DeSutis. Just a little bit out of bounds there on that one. Tigers and Maroons tied at 6. Tigers ranked 748th in the state right now with an 8-6 record. As Lucas Hollis hits it up and over. Marsh, the set. Liston with a big swing and puts the Tigers up 1. They have Joe Liston listed as an outside hitter. That's exactly what he was doing there. Big swing by Joe Liston puts the Tigers up 1. Tigers right now are 5 out of their last 6 games. They've won 5 of 6 here as of late, including taking 2 of 3 at the tournament that took here at Edwardsville. Tigers took 2-1 against Parkway West. Then they lost to Chaminade in 2 sets, and then they took 2 sets against Oakville. Big set there. Xavier Cole hits the Tigers with an eagle celebration right there. Xavier Cole, big swing, senior for Belleville West. So we see the libero, Eli Thornberry, just a little high on that one. Tigers lead it 9-7. So we see number 10, Nick Pascal, checking back into the game, as well as number 24, Ben Craik. Pascal with the serve, up and over. Had a lot of spin on that one. And they're going to call that a double hit on Aiden Idris. Again, last game that I was here and able to announce was the first game of the year against Vianney. And we really saw a big connection between Pascal and Craik in that game. Pascal, nice serve over, up and over. LJ Winters has it blocked, but the Belleville West Maroons keep it alive. Pascal, back set to Micah Swank. Set by Idris. Miles Liddell climbing the ladder. Man, he's got to be about 12 feet in the air off that jump. Miles Liddell saves the set for the Maroons and puts it away. Up and over we go. Pascal to Craik. And there's that connection I was talking about from game 1. Nick Pascal to Ben Craik. Definitely going to want to watch out for that one here as we keep going. Joe Liston now with the serve. Liston up and over. Set. Miles Liddell tips it up. Gebhardt. The tip over by Swank. Not exactly sure what the call was there. This is my second ever volleyball game announcing. So not quite 100% sure I know all the terminology. Regardless, Tigers get a point and now lead it by 4. Liston. Up and over. Great dig by there by Winters. Pascal to Craik. Craik climbs the ladder. Nick Pascal. Couple of beautiful sets to Craik in the last couple of possessions. Tigers now lead at 13-8. Liston with some tape on his fingers. Up and over. The dig there by Hollis. Gebhardt to Pascal. Pascal to Jasudis. Jasudis has it up and blocked. And they're going to say that hit the pole. And that's going to be Maroon point. The Belleville West Maroons are coached by Ryan Sisk, S-I-S-K, and assisted by Austin Betts. Pascal to Jasudis. Jasudis, big swing. Gets the putback. Again, Logan Jasudis in that game against Vianney, first game of the year, did everything he could in that second set to try and get the Tigers the win. Tigers unable to do so. Started the season 0-1, but have now bounced back and have won, are now 7-6 since that first showing. Again, Tigers last year finished the season 13-17, so already off to a great start compared to last year. As Gebhardt with the knuckling serve. That is Hollis. Hollis climbing the ladder. I'll tell you, these Belleville West Maroon kids can get up. Miles Liddell on the serve. Pascal to Swank. Swank. And they're going to say Swank hit the pole. Now, from my knowledge, there is a pole sticking up on either side of the net, and that is an out-of-bounds pole. So it appears that Swank hit the pole on his way up, or with the ball on the spike over, as Jasudis sneaks one in there past the two blockers. Tigers now lead at 14-11. And the Tigers have lost 2 points right there on that pole. Just hitting it as they're getting the spike. As Lucas Marsh checks back in the game to serve. Lucas Marsh with the pink shoes. Up. Set. Xavier Cole able to tip it up and over. It appears the Tigers touched the net there on that one. As Aiden Idris to serve. Knuckling serve. Listen, tries to do it. Amazing dig there by Gebhardt. Saves the point for the Tigers. Listen with the dig. It's by getting Marsh saves it. Listen up. And Jasudis not quite able to do anything there with that set. Tigers gonna want to have that one back. Gebhardt with an amazing dig there to keep the play alive. Tigers now down to up 15-13. Jasudis up and over. The bump by Thornberry. Jacob Williams had a couple of big swings in their first game of the year. Climbing the ladder, tipping it back over, giving the Tigers a 3-point lead. Logan Jasudis now. Up. Idris. Listen. Looks up in frustration. Definitely thought he could have had that one. Senior leader Lucas Gebhardt reassuring him. Tigers lead it by 2. Lucas Hollis now on the serve. Big swing by Lucas Hollis, just a bit up high. Tigers lead at 17-14. So we see number 18, Ryan McNabney, checking in for the Tigers. Jacob Williams. Jacob Williams. Williams has had a big swing there on that one. Cross court, right into no man's land. No Maroons there to save it. Tigers now lead it by 4. And each set is played to 25 points. So Tigers needing 7 points to seal the deal on this first set as McNabney gets it up and over. Xavier Cole. Williams. Marsh to Listen. Listen just a bit high. And they're going to say that ball was tipped off a Mighty Maroon. Tigers take advantage of the tip and now lead 19-14. And that play is going to cause Ryan Sisk, head coach of the Maroons, to take a timeout. Again, each timeout is 1 minute long here. And I just love volleyball for the fast pace. Right now, Tigers lead at 19-14. Game started about 20 minutes ago. Not really a break in the action until head coach of the Maroons, Ryan Sisk, decides to take a timeout. Now, the Tigers did have a tournament here at Edwardsville last weekend. Tigers took 2 out of 3 in that tournament, winning against Parkway West and Oakville and losing to Chaminade in between those 2 games. Again, Tigers are 5 of their last 6 games, with their most recent being a win at Alton just a couple of days ago. And the Tigers are coached by Douglas Allen. Gotta be happy with the Tigers' performance so far. Lead at 19-14. They're assistant coached by Scott Smith and Tabby Hartenagel. McNabney up and over. The set, Xavier Cole up. DeSuda saves it. Marsh. Nice bump behind the back. Idris to Cole. Marsh again with a beautiful save. McNabney to Listen all the way across. Faked him out with that swing right there. Not sure if you called that a swing or a tip. Either way, Liston had the entire Maroons team fooled. Set up to swing back right, tipped it to back left. Tigers get the point. McNabney with the ace. As the Edwardsville Tigers do a little bit of a sketch celebration. McNabney up and over. Idris. Lucas Hollis is bumped by Jacob Williams. Almost made it up here onto the second deck. Big swing by Hollis. Right up off Williams. And again, almost made it up here on the second deck. It's about 20 feet up here. Williams makes up for it with a big swing. Hit the net on that one. And the Maroons unable to return it. Tigers lead it by 7, up 22-15. Nick Pascal back into the game. Pascal. Jump serve up and over. Idris. That was Josiah Parlow. And the Mighty Maroons get the point there on that one. Tigers up 6. Josiah Partlow on the serve. Up and over. Gebhardt with the bump. Listen. I'm at a loss for words for what just happened. Man, a bump barely saved by the Maroons, and then one of the Maroons went out and kicked it up. And it looked like that was LJ Winters to put it back over the net. Maroons get the point. Pascal to Craig. That connection right there, I tell you, Pascal to Craig. Definitely something you're going to want to watch out for this year and next year. Both are juniors. And right now, with the Tigers sitting at 8-6 on the year, again, one starting senior for the Tigers, most of the team being juniors, are all going to be back next year. Gebhardt bumps it up. Jasudas with a big swing. And they're going to say that the Maroons touched the net there on that one. Tigers now lead it 24-17. As Ryan Sisk is going to call a timeout for the Maroons. Now we have seen some flashy plays there by the Maroons, but it seems like the consistent play by the Tigers is giving them the edge in this one. Tigers lead at 24-17. And again, Miles Liddell got hot early, but has been kind of a non-factor here in these last couple of minutes. Miles Liddell hasn't really gotten the ball a lot here. Maroons down 7. Tigers have game point. Looking like the Tigers are going to win this first set. Again, you play the first 2 sets to 25, as I'm told. And then the third set is determined by the coaches on whether or not they want to run that third set to 15 or to 25. Tigers lead at 24-17. Liston up and over right into the net. And the Maroons are going to get the point on that one. Maroons down 6. Definitely a big mountain to climb, but definitely feasible here for the Maroons. LJ Winters with the red shoes. Red with the bottom. Serves it up and over, and the Tigers get the win on the first set. As we have a brief 3-minute intermission between our first 2 sets. So as I was saying before, Tigers had the tournament here last weekend, took 2 out of 3. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. Tigers' last 6 games, they had a win at Collinsville in 2 sets, a win at Father McGivney in 2 sets. They had a win against Parkway West in that tournament, winning 2 sets to 1. They had that loss against Chaminade, the one loss in those last 6. Loss against Chaminade in 2 sets. They had that win against Oakville, 2 sets to none. And then they went out to Alton and picked up the win at Alton in 2 sets. Tigers taking care of business on the road, as it seems. 3 of their last 6 wins were road games.
Is this going on the IHSA?
Nah, this is Tigers currently ranked 748th in the state with a 8-6 record. Tigers last season finished the season 13-17. So Tigers already off to a great start this year, 2-1 in conference play. Tigers do lose a couple of key players. Tigers lose leading blocker Deshaun Lawson. And they also lose Will Blunt, who had the most sets on the team last year. And looking just before this game, Tigers JV and Tigers C team won 2 sets to none. If the Tigers Varsity could win this next set, they would have a clean sweep. 6 sets to none between all 3 teams for the Maroons. Tigers looking good so far. Consistently strong play. Maroons with a couple of flashy plays, but the Tigers don't seem to be rattled. This Maroon team, looking at their roster, is all seniors. 1 sophomore, Aiden Idress, the only sophomore on this varsity roster. The mighty Maroons come next year losing every single one of their starters. Tigers, however, next year only losing one starter. And from what I've learned covering a lot of these games, specifically the two that ring a bell to me, girls basketball and girls soccer as well, losing hardly any seniors. Again, girls basketball had a winning record, I believe, at the end of the season, losing only one senior. Losing two seniors, my bad. Molly Peel and Olivia Kolnsberg for the girls basketball team. They're going to definitely be good next year. And same thing with girls soccer. Girls soccer, you lose one senior, Kylie Peel. So girls soccer off to a great start as well. So Tigers sports next year, definitely going to be something to look out for. Same thing with the volleyball. Lose one starting senior, Lucas Gebhardt. So a lot of young teams for the Tigers, mostly made of juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. Hardly any seniors on the roster as the Tigers get the first point of this set. Definitely going to want to tune into all Tiger sports next year as we get back into volleyball action. Tigers lead at 1-0. Pascal up and over. Saved by Thornberry. Bumped over by Hollis. Pascal sets it backwards to Swank. Good dig. Miles Liddell. Miles Liddell gets the point there on that one. And like I said, in the beginning of that first set, Miles Liddell went a little bit quiet after getting a couple big points there to start it off. Definitely going to need to get him going if the Maroons want to get the win. Pascal sets it up, hits the pole. And that's going to be Maroons. Maroons ball. Maroons lead at 2-1. This is one of the first leads for the mighty Maroons. Serve from Wyatt Siegel. Liston, big swing. Hollis was there for the block, but unable to get it back over. Joe Liston. Liston set to serve. Joe Liston. White shoes. Gray knee brace. Joe Liston just a little bit off to the right. And the Maroons lead at 3-2. Mighty Maroons didn't look so mighty there in that first set. Miles Liddell fools Gebhardt on that one. Liston bumped that one up. Hit the light fixture here at the top of the gymnasium. That's got to be at least 40 to 50 feet up there. Nevertheless, Maroons win the point. Micah Swank up and over. I'm going to say that ball was tipped, and that's going to be Tigers' point. Tigers lead it. Tigers down 3-4. Maroons lead it by 1. And that's the first lead the Maroons have had this entire night. Lucas Gebhardt now on the set. Up and over. Siegel. And that's Hollis. Lucas Hollis climbing the ladder with a big swing. Maroons get the point and lead it by 2. Now looking back to that first game, Tigers won the first set. Sent it to 28 points there in the second set, and then ended up losing that third set in a 2-1 loss against Vianney. Tigers have to take care of this second set here. If they can win the second set, they can walk away with a 2-0 win against the Mighty Maroons. Idris up. Liston, Pascal, Jasudis, Siegel. Nothing Wyatt Siegel could have done there.
Should I go back down the stabilizer or not?
As we see Lucas Marsh and Jacob Williams checking back in for the Tigers. Lucas Marsh has the most colorful shoes on the team. Hot pink Marsh in the serve, up and over. Thornberry, and that is Cole. Xavier Cole gives the Maroons a 7-4 lead. Senior Xavier Cole. Definitely a threat there on the net. Lucas Hollis up. Little miscommunication. Tigers still in business. Blocked by Jasudis. Donaldson went up for the block. No one was there to cover his backside, and that ball just falls right to the ground. Tigers look a little flustered here to start this second set. Lucas Hollis. Up and over Liston. To Marsh. Then Colin Donaldson. That is number 26, Colin Donaldson, getting up for the Tigers. Tigers down 3. Logan Jasudis, light blue shoes. Idris bumps it. As Partlow on the swing. Williams with a big swing. Hollis saves it. Idris to Partlow. Gebhardt bumps. Marsh. Williams. Maroons keep it alive. And Eli Thornberry, libero for the Maroons, dives head first into the bench, unable to save it. Tigers down 2. Libero, arguably the most important position on the volleyball court. Traditionally played toward the back. Usually the team captain for each team. Joe Liston. Donaldson keeps it alive. Jasudis hits the post. Williams was stuck looking over to see if he could make a play on it. Williams unable to do so. Tigers down 3. And again, the libero, different color jersey as well. Libero for the Tigers, Lucas Gebhardt. And that's Miles Liddell. Climbing the ladder. Miles Liddell, might have seen him on the basketball court. Thornberry up and over. Jasudis, awkward bump. Liston right into the face of Josiah Partlow. Tigers get the point. Tigers down 3. Ryan McNabney and Ben Crake checking into the game for the Tigers. McNabney on the serve. Up and over Siegel. Idris. Partlow. Tigers now Marsh. Liston. Big swing by Liston. And again, they're going to say that ball was tipped by a Maroon. I believe that was Partlow. Partlow with his hands on his heads, trying to say that he didn't touch that. Officials made their final decision. It's the libero. Is it Eli Thornberry, libero for the Maroons. Goes over and tries to plead the case for the Maroons. Heads over to the head coach. As Eli Thornberry talks with head coach Ryan Sisk. Nevertheless, Tigers get the point. Down 2. McNabney up and over. Idris. Siegel. Jasudis with a bump. Marsh to Liston. Liston, power swing. Right into the net. As we see Colin Donald. As we see Lucas Gebhardt checking back into the game for the Tigers. Partlow. That is Marsh to Williams. Williams cross court. Off the backboard on the basketball hoop. Shot was close to going in. Tigers down 9-11. Nick Pascal into the game. Right. A black right knee brace for Nick Pascal. Looks like famous LSU women's basketball player Angel Reese with that black leg sleeve going all the way down to the ankle. Siegel, Jasudis, back set by Pascal, and they're gonna say Pascal lifted that one. They're gonna get Pascal for the lift. Maroons get the point. Maroons up 4. This is where head coach Doug Allen is gonna wanna see if the Tigers can go on a little run, get them back in this one. Pascal to Craig, they finally figure it out. Thornberry tries to save it. Maroons unable to do anything with the set. Tigers get the point. Tigers down 3. Joe Liston. Partlow, Miles Liddell getting up. Miles Liddell wants another one. They give it to Lucas Hollis. And the Tigers, 2 points in a row for the Tigers. Joe Liston now trying to give the Tigers their 3rd consecutive point. Would be a big help if the Tigers want to get back in and potentially win this one. Partlow, Idris, Liston, Pascal, Jasudis with a big swing. Tigers on a 3-point run. Tigers down 12-13. Joe Liston, again with the tape around his fingers. Thornberry, Partlow, Liddell. Pascal thought he should have had that one. Nothing to be ashamed of. Miles Liddell climbing the ladder. Yeah, Miles Liddell, known for his basketball skills out here on the volleyball court. As Logan Jasudis with a big swing past all the Maroons. Gets the Tigers the point. Tigers down 1. Lucas Gebhardt now with his knuckling serve. Gebhardt up and over. Thornberry, Partlow, Hollis up and over. Tigers unable to get anything going on that one. Lucas Hollis, big swing. Aiden Idris up and over. Liston, Pascal, Donaldson, and that's the sophomore Colin Donaldson. Tigers get the sub, cut the celebration short. Colin Donaldson wants to finish celebrating his big swing on that one. Lucas Marsh and Jacob Williams in the game. Marsh, again, hot pink shoes, highlighter pink. Up and over, Siegel. Thornberry with the bump. Hollis keeps it alive for the Maroons. Gebhardt, Marsh, Donaldson, keep it alive. Gebhardt resets. Marsh, Williams tips it over. Idris, Hollis, big swing. Gebhardt saves it. Donaldson, a little collision for the Tigers. And Logan Jasudis takes care of business on the near side of the court. Big collision there by Donaldson and Williams. And in volleyball, from what I've seen, as plays start to go on longer and longer, the more chaos endures, and we did see a little chaos on that one. Idris tips it up. And they're going to say Williams touched the net there on that one. Maroons lead it by 1. Maroons lead it 16-15. Lucas Hollis got a multitude of colors there on his shoes. Pink tops with the yellow and green bottoms. Got green on one side, yellow on the other with the pink laces. Lucas Hollis. Knee sleeves on both legs. Hollis up and over. Nice serve by Hollis. Idris Siegel up and just a little bit high. Tigers down 1. Logan Jasudis, Tigers unable to get over that hump. Logan Jasudis now. Siegel. Idris tries to save it. Hollis does what he can. Marsh. Liston tips it up and over. A little get me over swing there by Liston. Puts the Tigers even with the ball in the hand of Logan Jasudis. Jasudis soars it a little high. Maroons take the 1-point advantage. Thornberry, Gebhardt, Marsh, Williams, Hollis with the save. Partlow, Gebhardt to Marsh, Donaldson. What looked like a broken play turned out to be a big swing by Donaldson. Wasn't hit the hardest, but nevertheless did the job as Donaldson and Gebhardt check out of the game. McNabney and Ben Craik back in. McNabney up and over. Siegel. Idris. Miles Liddell taking matters into his own hands. Miles Liddell not wanting to lose this one. And looking back at that first set, he went quiet there toward the end of the first set. Williams hits the pole on the swing. Maroons now lead it by 2. As Josiah Partlow up, Jasudis, Marsh, Liston. Blocked by Miles Liddell and out of bounds. Neither team yet to take a timeout. Each team has 2 timeouts left here. So we see Micah Swank and Nick Pascal checking back into the game. All your starters out there for the Tigers. Pascal with a beautiful serve. Miles Liddell, fancy footwork in the air. Liston unable to get the swing over. And that looks like a basketball move right there. Miles Liddell hanging in midair, contorting his body and then barely tipping it over. Tigers unable to get the point. Liston swings it right into Hollis. Hollis jumps up and blocks it. And Doug Allen, head coach of the Tigers, is going to take a timeout. Now what we just saw there, Miles Liddell getting it going for the Maroons. Again, at the beginning of the first set, he was hot and he kind of died down there at the end of the first set. Now getting hot here at the end of the second set might be able to give the Maroons just what they need. And unfortunately, I was unable to do the call between the Maroons and the Edwardsville Tigers for boys basketball. Definitely wanted to come out and see Miles Liddell, brother of Ohio State legend and current New Orleans Pelican basketball player E.J. Liddell. Miles Liddell and the Mighty Maroons unable to get the win against the Tigers in that basketball game. I believe the Tigers won by 1 bucket. Might even have been 1 point, as it was a close game all the way down to the wire. Miles Liddell unable to get it finished for the Maroons on the basketball side. Let's see if he can do it for the volleyball side of things. Logan Jasudis, Pascal Craik. And their connection a little off. Maroons lead at 23-19. Wyatt Siegel up and over. Tigers gotta play sound volleyball. Craig saves it. Pascal to Liston. Liston up and over. Siegel unable to save it. Tigers down 3. Tigers down 23-20. Maroons need 2 points to win the set. And it is win by 2. So the Tigers would have to win all 5 in a row to get the win. Joe Liston. Big swing. Hollis tips it up and over. Pascal. Gebhardt. Micah Swank. And they're going to say the Maroons crossed over the net. My correction, they're going to say the Tigers crossed over the net and the Maroons win the point. Miles Liddell now to seal the deal for the Maroons. Pascal Jasudis. And they're going to say Logan Jasudis crossed the net, and we are headed into the 3rd set. And I'd say a combination right there between Miles Liddell and Lucas Hollis willed the Mighty Maroons through that 2nd set, as the Tigers now need to decide if they are going to 25. I do believe that the Tigers will probably go to 25. And right now we have a brief 3-minute intermission until our 3rd set. I've been Austin Yanis. I'm going to take a little break here. I'll catch you back in 3 minutes. And we are back here in this head-to-head battle between your Edwardsville Tigers and the Belleville West Mighty Maroons. Tigers won the 1st set by around 7 points. Maroons won that 2nd set by 5. As we head into the 3rd set, combination between Lucas Hollis, Josiah Partlow, and Miles Liddell, brother of EJ Liddell, have willed the Mighty Maroons through that 2nd set. An all-around effort by the Tigers. Won them the 1st set, not quite the 2nd, as we get kicked off here. And there it is, the Pascal-Crate connection. Back at it again. Tigers jump on top quick with a 1-0 lead. Joe Liston now trying to keep things alive for the Tigers. Liston up and over. Good serve for Liston. Partlow. And the swing. The swing by Aiden Idris. Idris has been lined up as the setter for most of this game. Moved to right side and was able to get the big swing. Pascal Craig, it isn't even fair. My goodness. That connection has only failed once tonight for the Tigers. Pascal to Craig has around a 90% success rate. Pascal to Craig. Gebhardt. That is Partlow. Olis. And they're going to give the point to the Maroons. Tigers unable to get the block. And we are tied here in this third set. Miles Liddell with the ball in his hands. Up and over, listen. Pascal. And they're going to say that the set by Pascal hit the post. And the Maroons take a 3-2 lead here in this third set. It's the last set of play here. Miles Liddell on the serve. Liston, Pascal, Swank, blocked, Liston saves it. Aiden Idris, sophomore. The only sophomore in the locker room for this Maroons volleyball team. Every other player on the team seniors. Maroons lead it 4-2. Miles Liddell. Jasudis. Pascal back to Jasudis. And Jasudis takes care of business on the swing. Tigers down 1. Eli Thornberry now checking in for the Maroons. Lucas Marsh and Jacob Williams checking in for the Tigers. Lucas Marsh on the serve. Up and over, Hollis. Partlow. Big swing for Xavier Cole, but just a little bit high. Tigers tie it back up at 4. Now, as a Tigers fan, this is where you want to see the Tigers go on a quick 4-0, 5-0 run here. Lucas Marsh. Hollis. Partlow. Hollis. And Hollis hits it out of bounds. Tigers take a 5-4 lead. Marsh now. Tigers lead it 5-4. Their first lead since the first set. Lucas Marsh, Thornberry, Partlow, Idris, blocked by Jasudis. Partlow over to Hollis, blocked by Williams. And they're going to say Hollis hit the post, and the Tigers take a 6-4 lead. Tigers doing just that, going on a little 4-0 run. Tigers lead at 6-4. Lucas Marsh. Up and over Hollis. Partlow. Back to Hollis. Hollis tips it. Saved by Gebhardt. Marsh. Williams, big swing. And Lucas Hollis making a name for himself here in this third set. Hollis with the block. Maroons down 1. Tigers lead at 6-5. First lead since that first set ended. Tigers won that first set by 7, lost the second set by 5. Aiden Idris. Jasudis with the bump. Marsh. Williams. Idris with the save. Maroons. That's Lucas Hollis diving into the legs of Ryan Sisk. Tigers lead at 7-5. Logan Jasudis now with the serve for the Tigers. Jasudis. Up and over, Siegel. Listen. Another little get me over tip for Liston. Tigers lead it by 3. Tigers up 8-5. Logan Jasudis. Thornberry, Idris, Xavier Cole. Marsh backsets it. Williams skies it just over the line. Jacob Williams. It's a little bit high. You see Lucas Hollis, again with a multitude of colors on his shoes. Lucas Hollis. Liston to Marsh. Back to Liston. Liston into the net. Tigers lead it by 1 as we hear the Maroons JV team chanting, "That's a net hit." Again, both the JV and the C team taking care of business, winning 2-0. Lucas Hollis up, skies it just high. Tigers lead it 9-7. As you see Ryan McNabney and Ben Crake checking in for the Tigers. Gebhart and Donaldson take the bench. McNabney up and over. Siegel. Idris. Hollis does what he can. McNabney bumps it to Liston. Liston as Thornberry. As Partlow blocked by Liston. Joe Liston with the block. Tigers lead it 10-7. McNabney on the serve. Hits the net. Siegel. Siegel gets it back. McNabney tried to save that one. Wyatt Siegel got up on that one. Maroons down 2. Tigers lead it 10-8. Eli Thornberry to serve. Braden Wallace making his first appearance. And starting to see a little connection there. Lucas Marsh to Ben Craig. See Pascal checks back in the game. Braden Wallace, first time into the game. Tigers 1-0 when he's in the ball game. Tigers lead it 11-8. Nick Pascal. Big serve for Pascal. Idris. Hollis does what he can. Wallace. Pascal. Back set. Swank. They're going to say that ball was tipped by Wyatt Siegel. And the Tigers now lead it by 4. Tigers are 2-0 when Braden Wallace is in the game. Nick Pascal. Up and over. Idris Partlow. Gebhart with the bump. Pascal. Liston. Another get me over swing. And it has been working flawlessly there for Liston. Tigers lead at 13-8. Now, if the teams are playing to 15, which, again, I'm not 100% sure what we are going to, but again, both coaches agreed to it to start this third set. If it is to 15, Tigers only needing 2 points. If it's to 25, Tigers have a little bit longer to go. But nevertheless, Tigers lead it 13-8. And key factor for the Maroons, Miles Liddell. It seems like when he is going, the Maroons play well. When he is not going, the Maroons kind of start to slip. Tigers trying to take care of business, add another win into their win column, moving them up to 9-6 if they get the win here tonight, and 3-1 in conference play. Tigers off to a great start compared to past seasons. Nick Pascal now on the serve. Pascal. Dug by Hollis. Miles Liddell, big swing. Tigers neutralize it. Swank just gets it over. Partlow now with a swing. Pascal. Bumped by Gebhart. Right to Swank. And Swank with the big swing from the bump from Gebhardt. Tigers now lead it by 6. Tigers 3-0 when Braden Wallace is in the game. Pascal now on the serve. Pascal into the net. Maroons get the ball back. Tigers lead it 14-9.
They're not worth it.
Josiah Partlow now.
That's not the
Up, Liston, bump, Pascal, back to Liston, Liston, big swing. Tigers win the point. And it does appear we are going to 25. Tigers needing 10 points to reach that mark. Maroons needing 16. Tigers now lead it by 6. Joe Liston, after getting that big swing now, set to serve. Liston, jump serve, up and into the net. Tigers lead it by 5. Maroons JV team trying to get into the head of the Tigers. Wyatt Siegel now. Up. Gebhardt, Pascal. Tigers keep it alive, and that ball never got over the net. The ball was swung into the net. Tigers resumed play just to get the 4th hit of that possession. Tigers up 4. Wyatt Siegel. Liston with the dig. Pascal, Swank. And when the Tigers are looking good, they make it look easy. Pascal with the back set to Swank. Gebhardt now has that knuckle serve. Gebhardt up and over. Just a little bit high. Just need a little backspin on that one. Tigers lead it by 4. 16-12, Tiger advantage. Miles Liddell on the serve. Logan Jasudis, Pascal, Craig, dug by Liddell. Pascal to Swank, dug by Wyatt Siegel. Miles Liddell, had a big dig there on that set, and then the kill shot by Miles Liddell. Getting up for the Maroons. Miles Liddell on the serve. Jasudis, Pascal, Donaldson. Pascal, back set to Swank, and the Maroons win back-to-back points. Miles Liddell. Up and over we go. Listen, Pascal, Jasudis, blocked by Xavier Cole, out of bounds. Tigers get the point. Tigers lead it by 3. And just like I was saying before, when Miles Liddell gets going, things go.
Should I get out there, get some shots? No. Sheray's playing on his phone. I guarantee he's playing on his phone. What am I doing? It was sitting on the floor for the last 15 minutes. Looked like players going in. It could have been a shot. You did. Can I? How would I see all the cameras? No, I didn't. I was saying that's something good that you could do. Who is it? Who do we like? Us? I got the shot. I got the shot. McNabsky's back in. But the court cam reaction shots.
Little bit of trickery for the Mighty Maroons as we see X Factor for the Maroons. Miles Liddell checking into the game. Eli Thornsberry, Wallace, Marsh. Listen, with a devastating swing. Tigers lead it by 6. Now, if the Maroons want any chance of getting back into this one, they are going to have to get the ball to Miles Liddell. Definitely been the X factor here tonight. Nick Pascal, up and over it. Hollis, and there's Miles Liddell, and he hits it just a bit high. Tigers lead it 24-17. Tigers 1 point away from slamming this game shut. Nick Pascal. The crowd goes silent. Pascal put everything he had into that one and just sorted a little high. Tigers up 6. Partlow. Gebhardt. Pascal. Listen! And ladies and gentlemen, that is your volleyball game. Want to give a shout out there to Nick Pascal. I saw him holding up a specific number, assuming that was the play that they were going to run. And a beautifully drawn up play that was. Nick Pascal orchestrating that. Gets it to Liston. Liston with a ginormous swing to seal the door shut and give the Tigers the W on the night. Tigers now 9-6 on the season, 3-1 in conference play. Player of the game for the Tigers. Player of the game for the Tigers would have to say, honestly, Nick Pascal for that last play right there, just to orchestrate that last play, and also for the rest of the game with the amazing sets. Nick Pascal, your Edwardsville Tigers player of the game. Tigers win it 2-1. Tigers now 9-6 on the season. I have been Austin Yamnitz, and as always, go Tigers.